Hello, guys, and there's everybody's favorite cat. So I got the 16.6 into the shed. There's the engine that's going to go in it. That's a rebuilt 12 horse with 50 to 75 hours on the rebuild. I had to pull the starter off already. It's kind of messed up. I'll have to see if it's fixable. If not, then I'll have to find a starter. So we are going to try, because that carburetor's rigged up on there, to rebuild this one. This is a small 22 carb. Original carbs to a 10 or 12 or 32. This is off like an 8 horse. Now, some of you guys may say, well, that's not going to work. Well, look at my other videos. I use a Kohler carburetor that's a 4 to 8 horse on a 10 and 12, and they have no problem. This is one of them. This is the one that came off the snowblower tractor, and it's got stripped out screw holes. That carburetor there is for a 4 to 8 horse engine. So, and it runs good on a 12. So, I'm going to try and see how that works out. It may not work at all. But first off, get this worn out 12 that I stuck on there and didn't do any videos on it. But it's rattling, smoking off, because I've been parts throbbing off of it. And we're going to stick that one in there, and then I have to figure out why it lost spark. Because the guy said that I got it from said that it was pulled off the machine because it lost spark. So we have to figure it out. I'm hoping it's just a wire. It's either broke or came undone. Or bare. So we'll go from there. I'm going to put it on, and we'll go from there. Well, the flywheel ain't coming off, but I think I found the source of the problem. It's this connector right here. It's all rusty, so I'm going to clean it up and see if it'll fire once I check out the starter. Alright, guys. I cleaned this up. We got spark. So that's what the problem was. Now I'm going to start off to the carburetor, and I have to find a couple things. So we'll figure that out. Okay, guys. I took this bowl off. Well, not off, but just the nut off. You can look down in there. There's a lot of corrosion. That tells me right there, this carburetor is pretty much needs a rebuild. Possibly will be junk. Besides, this is one of those Carter carburetors. The flange, if you notice, is warped. So that's the reason why I'm putting this one on. This carb is an actual Tecumseh carb. Not a Carter, not a Walboro. It's an actual Tecumseh. And what's nice about that, I go to Terrell's. Boom. There's a new float. It's plastic, not brass. There's the kit. The same kit that takes and use in push mowers. That's the reason why I like that carburetor. If I can find them on the Tecumseh. Now, I looked around. And the only one that I have that's a spacer is this one. And it's a little crusty, but it'll work. It'll seal. So, that's good. Then I found the screws that I need. Because this carburetor takes screws, not nuts. If you do a nut, it will hit. So, yeah. Overall, this is going to turn out pretty good. I got to reset the governor. The battery's on charge, which I hope it's good. It cranks us over, but not very fast. And hopefully we'll get it running. So, alright guys. Alright guys, I know this is a little scaly, but it will be fine. Now, I don't have the tool here at home for taking out the seats. If you really want to, and you're in a real tight spot, you can always use a screw and very carefully thread it into the center. If you do too much or have it too big of a screw, you will mess up the carburetor. You have to be careful. So I just screwed this into the seat and pulled it out. So this is a little tip for you guys, but you have to be careful. Alright guys, the carburetor's on. So we got that. Battery's still charging a little bit, but I'm going to give it a shot. So, let me tell you guys something, okay? I can't sit there and have a tripod set up and roam around and do a bunch of stuff with a tripod. Plus, it would be very, very long on videos. So, in the summertime, it's different because I'm outside. Wintertime, I don't have that luxury. So, I got the carburetor on, of course. I've got it half wired. I am going to show you guys about wiring with a regulator and a amp gauge. I had to use this 10 because the white one for this engine's rotted out at the bottom. Fuel pump's going to go back here. And I ran into an issue. It's not pumping. Even though I went through the fuel system a few months ago, it needs it again. So, I gotta drain the tank, go through it, figure out what's what in it, and then we'll figure it out. Have to find something to drain it in. I should learn by now that when somebody sells you a bunch of return parts, not to trust half of them. That's right. I've had to pull the solenoid out. Over half the ones that I've tested so far are DOA. But, hey, I got a bunch of other stuff out of that stuff that was good, so I ain't complaining. But, yeah. So, I'm going to do it off camera, and I know people are going to get mad about it. So, now, on this triangle, the two bottom slots are your AC. The top one is your kill wire. So I got to run those over to the ignition switch and other stuff. So the AC goes on the outside of the plugs. Your DC, which is what charges the battery, is the center prong. And that one goes to the positive side of your amp meter. Then the negative side goes to whatever port you want to put it on. I'm going to put it on the L port, and I'm also going to have headlights running off that port too. So, you know, I'm just showing you how to do it. It's very simple. Somewhere around here. Where did I put it? Right here. I've got Well, those aren't very good, so I might not use that. I might look around and see if I have another one. And if I have another one and it's in good shape, we'll use it. If not, I'll just use pull-apart connectors. And hopefully somebody, whoever works on it next, doesn't hook everything up incorrectly, because then that will screw everything up. So, and I know what you guys are saying. Why aren't you using your new old stock harness? Well, that's because that harness is for a Roper RT10 smaller tractor. And it don't have all the hookups that this one does. So, let me hunt around, see if I have more wiring connectors, and we'll go from there. Well, I found something. The exactly connectors I need. Now, this is going to be too short, so we're going to have to cut into it and extend it, but that's okay. I ain't worried about that. So, at least we will have everything correct. So, I will do the kill wire in a different color than black, and the charge wire will be a different color than black, because I don't like that. Alright guys, this is the first fire with the air cleaner on, but I still have much of miscellaneous stuff to do. I was talking with a buddy of mine, so carburetor still needs tuned in. I had issues with the gas tank. Right here. I have a feeling it's not charging. Of course, the amp gauge is not right either. So yeah, it's not charging the battery. So we will diagnose that also. I got stuff to do tomorrow. So it will be Wednesday or Thursday when we get back to this. This could be bad too, this voltage regulator. But first off, we're gonna run a ground cable somewhere and see if it comes up. I thought I had some gator clips, but I must not. I don't know where they went. But somewhere I have a gator clip that I usually use. But we'll figure it out. If nothing else, I'll just sand that down really good and then run a ground cable somewhere. But overall, once we get the carburetor tuned in, it sounds like it's gonna work. So, you know, we also got to put the drive belt on. The steering needs fixed. The linkages need to be changed. Tires need to be changed. Because that one over there has a big bulge in it. So, and the two backs are different sizes. But for time being, it's okay. I got tires sitting outside waiting to go on here. But yeah. Alright guys. Well, thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and see you on the next one.